Sitting right behind me in this hangar is one of the fastest and cheapest airplanes I've ever bought. And it just so happens that I bought it sight unseen, and it more than likely has some really major issues.
Georgia, Tennessee, and North Carolina are dealing with massive flooding and damage from Hurricane Helene.
Welcome back to Rebuild Rescue. Let's check this thing out. So the thing about this airplane is it was literally through a hurricane and the water was up to here. I have a feeling that this is going to get really, really expensive. So we might have just bought another project. Accidentally, kind of.
Accidentally.
Kind of.
My finger slipped on the bid button. And
Finger slipped.
it looks a little unairworthy.
Hey,
How's
good
it
to
going?
meet you.
Good to meet you,
All right.
brother.
Yeah.
So I guess there's only one question.
Yeah.
Will it start?
To me, it says Max's name written all over it. Tail steerer guy.
Do you know what that means? Okay. You guys ready?
Green clear, on the ground.
Dang.
Home, sweet home.
The Vans RV6 hit the scene in 1986, and it quickly became a legend. 2 seats, side by side, razor-sharp handling, and cruise speeds pushing 200 miles an hour. It's part cross-country cruiser and part sports car of the sky. The builders, they couldn't get enough of them. Over 2,500 of them were built, making it one of the most successful kit planes ever. A well-built RV6 can sell in excess of $80,000 to $90,000. But we found ours for 12 grand because I heard that this one was literally floating. I didn't know airplanes could float, but this one was floating in the hangar. I'm really not sure what we're gonna dive into. That was a year ago. I don't know what the engine's gonna look like. I don't know what the avionics are gonna look like. I don't know if they're gonna fire up. I don't know if that $12,000 that I spent on this thing is a complete waste or if it is going to be a complete win, because just the structure alone and parts alone are worth way more than $12,000. The Lycoming engine in this has at least a core value of, I'd say, $6,000 to $7,000, maybe $8,000, and the airframe looks like it's in good shape. Tires look decent, no dry cracks. You can see the landing gear. We got a little bit of surface rust on there. The paint's pretty good. I mean, I'd give it maybe a 6.5 out of 10. What do you think about it?
It's not bad. I mean, considering it went through a flood, it looks pretty good.
I have a feeling if we polish this thing out, this paint would almost look new. I don't really see any corrosion. I mean, we're gonna have to inspect like the inside of the wings and everything else. You know, the thing is with a flood damaged airplane or anything flood damaged, you don't know how long that thing was sitting in the water. You don't know if the engine was drained, which I heard this one was, but you don't know how long that took. There could be fish still swimming inside the engine for all I know. All right, I gotta pop this open. Oh man. You guys notice right here, at some point, the water level inside of that gauge was to here. But is that moisture that was trapped in there? Was that water that was in there? Like, you know, what really did that? And you just don't really know. But this is all aluminum, some steel. Avionics, an avionics package for an experimental, it's cheaper than a certified. I mean, you can literally go and stick automotive parts on here that aren't certified airplane parts because it is experimental. So saving this would be way cheaper than saving, rescuing a certified airplane. I don't see any damage on the wings. A lot of times you're gonna see dents, you're gonna see dings because they've been tossed around. And I know this one went from the Carolinas down to Georgia, and from Georgia to Michigan, and from Michigan to New York, and then from New York to here. So this thing was all over the place and was loaded and unloaded 3 different times. When we were unloading it, we did notice there was some stuff that was drilled out. I guess it was to get to the wing bolts, but looking over it, it doesn't look terrible. All the spar holes here, they look good. They're not egged out. We've run into that like a bunch of times where someone just pulls a bolt out and they don't support the wing. This one looks good, but the one thing that I did notice is a little bit of hanger rash right here. So there's a dent. You can see, I mean, everything else it's okay here, but there's like a dent. The rest of the tail looks good. Get a little more hanger rash right here on the tail. We do have some strobes on here. Again, the paint looks good. We got built-in landing lights, kind of like a Comanche. But the number one thing with any airplane that costs the most is what's right under here. And if this thing is completely ruined, then we have a problem.
Let me get this right. The water line was up to like here too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This could be scary.
Well,
a little muddy.
So if you go by historical records, there was water, muddy water all the way through here. So it was definitely all over the place. It's down through here. It's on there, it's on the back, but it's like this dusty kind of stuff. So I have no idea how can water even get inside the engine, because other than the breather, everything's pretty much sealed up.
I still see the plugs in it.
Yeah, all the plugs are in it. Supposedly, this engine was pickled at a certain date. You coat it with oil and make sure there's no moisture in here, and it should be protected. But according to...
That's not very promising.
According to that, well, unless this thing is actually full of oil. So it might have been pickled so much that it's full of oil, and I'm kind of pushing against oil right now, which would be phenomenal because that would mean this thing would be like perfect, because if it's full of oil, there's no way. Well, we have to find out.
I'd rather it be full of oil than locked up.
Yes. The other thing with this airplane is I don't have the logs. The logs got lost. I did reach out to the old owner. I reached out to the builder. I'll find all the information that we need to get it airworthy. It's out there. But being an experimental, it's actually going to be a lot easier to get this thing flying again than a certified plane. It's not the 180 horse. It looks to be the 160 horse. This is the exact same engine that's in 6.4 Whiskey, that's in the raffle plane, which is a great engine. It won't be as fast as like 180 horsepower or a 200 horsepower one, but it'll definitely be fuel efficient. And another thing too I noticed is this block. This thing, I'm telling you right now, this has been overhauled more recently. That's a newer style paint. There's a whole bunch of things you look for and you see when you're working on airplanes that stick out to you. Guarantee when we clean this thing up, this is going to look all brand new.
Okay, so wait a second. You saw this airplane on an auction site with no wings and flood damaged.
So I might have been up late one night and I might have kind of been sleep bidding, I'm going to call it. Sleep bidding.
Okay.
And I put a bid on it and I totally forgot I did. And I bid $12,000. I didn't actually think I would get it, and that was weeks before the end of the auction. And then,
lo and behold,
I just put a bid on an RV6A. I got a notification that I just won an RV6. I have no idea what kind of condition it's in, other than it was through a hurricane.
here's an RV6 in our hangar.
With all the work we do around this hangar and out on other locations, what we wear can make this job a lot easier or a heck of a lot harder. So that's why I'm so happy to announce our partnership with Brunt, the brand that is transforming workwear. You see, Brunt builds workwear for the undervalued blue-collar worker that doesn't feel clunky and stiff. These are real boots. Coming from the auto body space and now fixing anything we can get our hands on, comfortable gear makes the job so much easier. These boots are ridiculously comfortable and they last forever. They're boots that will last through years of torture. Brunt designed these boots to be comfortable right out of the box without having the long, painful break-in period, which I hate. They make the most comfortable work boots on the market, hands down. The boots have double and triple stitching, improved waterproof construction, barnyard resistant Texas steer leather, and the outsoles are slip, oil, and heat resistant up to 572 degrees. That's hot. In today's world, something that I really appreciate is how Brunt prices everything affordably. You get a high quality product at a great price. Get $10 off your first purchase today by going to bruntworkwear.com/rebuildrescue10. That's bruntworkwear.com/rebuildrescue10 and use our code RebuildRescue10. Make sure it's in there. And also, there's a link in the description.
Brunt stands behind their product. You can wear your boots even to work, and if you don't like them, you can return them.
So now that I have my tools and my Brunt boots on, it's time to get back to work on the RV6. So it looks like we got all the wheel pants. We have a rudder in there, but I don't know what all got damaged being moved around so much. These look good, but they do look full of dirt. So you got a wing fairing here, trim tab. See how light that is.
I'm not even holding anything. It's crazy.
Yeah. So you got some floorboards maybe. Oh, and we did get some seats. A little rip in them. There's no molding. No mold. Looks like we got a seat back. Some interior.
Oh boy.
A little dirt on it. I think sometimes there's two different types of experimentals I've seen. I've seen the experimentals where you can tell that somebody wanted to do all the work themselves, and you can tell when they hired other people to do some of the work. And I think this interior was definitely one where a little more home build of an interior, but they did a really good job. And we have...
Is that the tail?
This is part of the tail.
That's a tiny tail.
Yeah, that's some shipping.
A little puncture.
Yeah, that'd be some wear, some shipping wear. That's a pretty easy fix though.
Just a doubler or something?
Yeah. Looks like there's some other stop drilled repairs previously, so some repairs are needed there yet. Some more wheel pants, and I think this is to the front there.
I guess there's the rest of the tail.
Yep. We have the rest of the tail. We got a little bit of rub rash from moving here.
Yeah.
But nothing alarming.
Oh, more rash there.
A little bit, yeah.
Not bad though.
No, not bad at all. Yeah, we got all the original fasteners down here just kind of sitting in the bottom of the plane. I don't see a lot of mud, so that's good. But it's got pedal. Kind of feels like the brakes are still...
Brakes on both sides.
Yeah.
The pedals on both sides at least. Yeah, brakes too.
Everything seems to be here, I think. Now, I'm kind of trying to figure out where the heck the battery is on this thing. Oh yeah, it is going to that box that you pointed out that it could be.
It's got battery box written all over it.
Yes. Oh wait, it does say battery box.
It just screams battery box to me.
No. All right, well, I guess that's the best place for a battery. Right down in the front where it's really hard to get to, and
Almost impossible to change. And
yeah, so that means I'm gonna get some curl down there on the pins. All right, so we'll let that stuff sink in a little bit, soak up, and I'll get in there with some pliers. We'll pull those pins, be able to get to the battery. Or I could cheat a little.
it's an experimental. Let's start experimenting. All right, so if everything's right, I should be able to turn that switch and it should power everything up. Hopefully all the smoke stays in the wires. Ready? Oh, I'm seeing lights.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have 83 pounds of oil pressure right now.
And we got
15.8 gallons of fuel.
Which we don't even have the tanks attached.
So I think it may need, I don't know though, these shouldn't even come on. Right now we have the fuel totalizers working, the manifold pressure is working. If these things were in fact underwater, which this fuel gauge says that could be true, man, that's a testament to how nice everything is. I mean, we got RPM is lit up. Now we'll see if they work. Fuel, manifold pressure, we got oil temp. I don't know, man, if these were underwater, that's the only electronics for airplanes I'm buying anymore because they're all working.
I'm pretty surprised.
No smoke.
All the screens are solid. The lights all came on.
Yeah.
There's not like dead pixels in it or anything.
No. Let's power up the Avionics. Can you hit that Avionics master switch? What? Just kidding. Wow, that was loud. I can't believe
It's got a good speaker.
this all lit up. Autopilot lit up. So it has full ADS-B. It does have GPS, and it seems to be kind of working. So it's doing stuff.
It's going through calibrations. I can't believe that this stuff is coming on.
I mean, it looks like some gauges and maybe putting wings on, a little bit of work. This thing would be flying. These came right on. I've never seen something that would have been flooded up this high have any kind of water in them. There is no way. So I think that somehow the story that we got might have been a little exaggerated, and you never know why. Now it doesn't look like well, it looks like this might be working. I don't know, hard to say. We'd have to test this out, but
Niner, 8 inches of mercury, remarks, density altitude 2200.
wow. So the audio panel works. The GPS, as far as like transmitting, we're not sure. Receiving, the KX155 works. I think that the transponder works, which baffles me. Really, at the end of the day, they seem fine. I mean, obviously, I'd take them out, send them out, have them tested and going over, make sure they're 100% good. But if there was moisture in there, it has been in a dry state for about a year. So, and everything in here is completely dry. So maybe it just dried out. All right, let's check the oil, see what we got here. Hopefully it has some oil in it, and hopefully it's not just water.
Oh. It doesn't look like oil.
What is that?
It doesn't smell like oil.
It smells like kerosene, so I think when it was pickled, unless this is some special like pickle fluid, doesn't smell like pickle though. I think they might have put kerosene in there to pickle the engine, and it looks like there's like 8 or 9 quarts in there. If that's the case, the engine should be good, maybe.
Could be in luck.
The other
Keep
thing
our
is
fingers
too,
crossed.
I can't wait to clean this thing because look, I'll bet you this thing only has a couple hundred hours on, if that. I could almost guarantee it. All right, let's get these plugs out. Ooh,
That's not good.
she's a little rusty. Ooh. We definitely got some little bit of rust on there. I've seen ones like that, and everything else looks good. The biggest problem though is these aren't chrome cylinders. These are the regular nitrate steel, so they rust. You can like breathe on them and they rust. So let's get the other two out, see what they look like, but I have a feeling they're gonna look the same way. So the back one's not bad.
Yeah, not as bad. Yeah.
This one's not as bad as the other two were.
Still not beautiful, but definitely
Not beautiful.
Not as bad.
Not as bad. So I guess the question is, what does everything look like down in here?
Hopefully not like those plugs.
All right, here we go.
Moment of truth.
Cylinder one. Well, there's definitely some stuff on the piston walls, but honestly, I've seen that after having stuff in storage. So literally, I've pulled apart or scoped 10-year-old engines, or 10 years sitting not running engines, and they had more rust than this. So that's not really a big deal. I'm not that worried about that one. Try number 3. There's a piston. All right, now I'm gonna ask you to rotate that around. Okay. Go ahead, keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Is there a little liquid down in there?
Oh yeah. If you look here, I can still see crosshatch, and there's a little bit at the top of the bore. You can see it right there, right here. It looks like a lot, but it really isn't. So that's where the very top, where the rings don't hit, is what that is. That's not a big deal at all. Look at the crosshatch in here.
Oh, wow. That's
significantly good.
pretty clean, I would say.
Yeah, and then you got right around that edge like normal.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's just a little surface in there.
Yeah, that doesn't scare me at all. Good. All right, let's check the other side. Got a little bit of sludge in there. Oily sludge, a little bit of surface stuff.
Really, it's like up near the threads and like where the piston doesn't really land.
It's
really
not a
all
little
looks
bit,
bad.
but it's not nearly as bad as I thought. All right, let's turn this one over. Right there.
Wow, that actually looks good.
Wow, yeah.
Still see the crosshatch.
Pistons are clean. So another thing too, I don't know how many hours are on this. I'll find out. The piston crown barely has anything on it. I highly doubt this engine has very many hours on it. Based on that piston crown, unless it was topped, which if you look at this paint almost looks brand new. I have a feeling that we're gonna discover this engine only has like 200-300 hours on it. Really good. Really good.
I'm surprised.
I don't think you can see much when you do go down in the pan, but I'm gonna go looking anyway. Oh yeah, that's diesel or kerosene, see it? It's
Yeah.
filling the whole bottom end up, which is really good.
Hopefully that preserved
Really
everything
good
really nice
sign.
down in there.
Really good sign, yeah. Well, I think really the only thing to do yet, we'll pull the lower cowling off. We're gonna drain all the kerosene out. We'll pull the filter, put a new filter on, put oil in, get this thing turning over, see if we can get some oil pressure.
There it is.
Ready? Nice. Bunch of free mud. Got the Mustang, P51 Mustang scoop on there.
Exhaust system looks pretty clean.
Yeah, a little bit of surface rust on it. Nice Skytech starter. Alternator.
Airbox isn't filled
Car,
up with mud.
car parts. Alternator. Yes. Yeah. Looking at it. Paint's good. There's no crud, no corrosion.
Look at the carb. The carb looks pretty much new.
Yeah. Putting this airplane together, I really, really have a feeling this thing could be flying for another 10 grand. This was a find. This could be a really good airplane for somebody. They could get flying very affordably and have an airplane for a lot of years because it looks like it was pickled right. I have a feeling it's going to be good. Drain that kerosene out, get some oil in it, get the new filter on, pull the bottom plugs out, clean them all up, put them back in. We're gonna get some Marble Mist Oil and my mysterious Rebuild Rescue mixture down in the cylinders just to make sure it's got plenty of lubrication. Then we're gonna see if this thing will build its own oil pressure. I don't know if that's more water or kerosene coming out of there.
Oh, that's pretty clear.
We're gonna go with the smarter, not harder way. I mean, we don't do that very often, but now and again. The air filter was actually oiled. It's pretty darn clean. I don't know if I'm gonna go pulling it apart before trying to turn it over or even really trying to start it. It's been a year. It's dry, completely dry.
It's not blocked.
Before, you know, we would have to pull that all apart, but before I do that, I want to clean everything around it so I don't get any dirt in anything. But I kind of feel like we should be able to put oil in it, change the filter, clean the plugs, put the plugs back in, but first turn it over for some oil pressure, and I think we could try to start it.
Fingers crossed.
So I feel good about that. So get a little bit of this in there. Get a little bit of this in there. Stuff's a little bit thicker. It's all synthetic, so it coats really well. Where the Marvel's thinner, it'll definitely run past the rings a little bit easier. All right. And wait a second. For good measure.
Why not?
Fifth. We're gonna do 6 quarts. We have oil in there. Pull this oil filter off. Put a new one of those on. There we go.
Ooh, yeah, some nice looking sludge.
A little different, whatever that was. All right, so we got a nice new Tempest filter. These guys are absolutely awesome. Great products, great support. You're gonna get plugs or vacuum pumps or filters or anything. These guys are the guys to go to. We got oil, we got filter. Yeah, I think at this point, I think we can get some energy on here, see if we can get a little bit of oil pressure.
Little remote start setup.
A little remote start. Back off from the prop. Didn't work. Stand back. We might have a dead starter. Yeah, starter's dead.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We got some life there.
All right, let's see if we can get some oil pressure. Ready? Clear? All right, we got oil pressure. Clear. .35 psi of oil pressure.
All right, not bad.
So now that's turning over with like a freaking jumper. That's phenomenal. First, we'll clean the gascolator out. We'll hook up to that. That's what's going to give us our fuel. Yeah, I think from there, I think we'll be pretty good. I have a feeling this thing's going to fire up. I'm going in, folks. It smells like a boat in here. Ta-da! I'd definitely be putting like a jump starting GPU
Somewhere off the firewall.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
What, you don't want to do this every time you got to jump start it?
No. All right, so next, get the key, get this thing out, and get it fired up. Before we get this thing fired up, There's something that's really been bugging me, and that is that it is completely dirty. So we're gonna clean it up quick, and then while it's out here, we're gonna see if we can get it to run. A little bit of degreaser, get some of this mud and caked on whatever the heck is on here, and I think this is gonna look brand new. Just with a little bit of pressure washing, a little bit of degreaser now, I could get in there with some brushes and clean it even better, and it would look spotless. But if you look at this engine tells me there's only at maximum 500 hours on it. I'd be surprised if it was over 200. Looks like new. So now we got to find out if it runs like new. So we got to get a fuel supply to it because the fuel is in the wings. We don't have wings on it, but I have a plan for that. So we got to get the fuel supply in it. We got a new battery to put in it, so we should be able to fire this thing up. Hopefully it runs.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so it's not perfect. I really wanted to start hand scrubbing and taking thinner and all that other stuff, but got to stop somewhere. Now at least all the dust is off and we can see what we got. And I think what we have is one hell of a good engine. Hopefully this is the right wire in the right place as far as firing order goes, because nothing is marked anywhere. But if it's missing and carrying on, then we know what it is.
We'll find out pretty quick if it's in the right timing.
Yeah. Should probably pop these bottom plugs out and clean them up. Yeah, I'd say they need cleaned up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Still got some oil in there. Still got some oil in there.
Couldn't do that twice.
They all kind of ended up looking about the same. Not
Yeah.
the worst I've ever seen, not the best either.
No, I think those top plugs were way worse than the bottom ones, which
They're-
is kind of interesting.
Maybe they were dry and that they let the rust on a little bit more than the bottoms.
Yeah, I think so, because the lubrication is in the cylinders.
Yeah.
I was talking to Bob out in Utah, the guy that had come out and helped with the 401, and he also helped with the Comanche 250 when Joe and Pete were out there. He's built a bunch of these, and after showing him pictures, explaining everything, he thinks he could come out and him and I together about a week, have this thing flying.
That'd be awesome.
It's a little tempting, I have to admit.
It's a flying airplane's always nicer than a not flying airplane.
This is true.
Nice new battery.
Nice new battery for her. What are we naming this one? I like Jezebel for some reason.
I think there's some way to get creative with the flood damage part of it all.
Is that where the Little Mermaid was coming from, Max? Yeah.
More like
Max comes in clutch with Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I was thinking more like swamp creature rather than Ariel.
Swampy. Swampy.
Yes.
All right, so this
Yeah,
is
maybe not
officially
Disney princess.
officially swampy.
Swampy.
Swampy, yep.
I like it. So you got lights flashing on.
Well,
Master off right now?
none of this stuff should be on.
It doesn't care that the master's off right now.
All right, we'll turn off the emergency avionics. Well, we'll figure that out later.
We'll cross that hill eventually.
All right. We got power there at least. Stale gas, but it smells like might have a little water in it.
I guess what, there's still a little residual fuel in there after the wings were taken off?
Oh, it looks kind of rusty.
A little brown.
All right, so I had to rig up a hose here and some clamps with like a little fitting because we are going to use that boat fuel tank with some avgas in it to prime this thing. We'll hook it up, we'll fill up the fuel bowl, I'll unhook the lines coming in and out of that fuel pump, the mechanical one, so we know they're all cleared out. It here at the carburetor.
A little bit in there.
Smells gassy. So if you follow these fuel lines that came into the gascolator, filled it up, went up through the fuel totalizer, the fuel pressure regulator, thingamabobber, doohamawookie jiggy, and through the mechanical pump and down and out. So now we have fresh fuel right here at the carburetor. No water in it, no mud, no anything. It looks good. And if I give it one nice little, now the carburetor's primed. Really, I think the only thing we have left is to pull it out, chalk it up, secure it, get something for me to sit on, get some power to it, and see if we can fire this thing up. Make sure this is gonna work. Yep.
Yeah. How's it looking? Things are feeling smooth?
Yeah, I think we're good to go. I mean, everything, all the cables seem to work really well. Yeah, all right.
See if she'll go.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Everything looks good here. We got power, got my starter button, got the mags, I got the brakes on, we got the wheels chalked. Should have everything that we need to fire this thing up. It's all tied off to the truck, so we should be good to go. All right, let me hit some buttons here and let's turn the mags on. Clear prop.
Little smoke there. Oh boy. A lot of smoke there.
It's trying.
She wants to go.
Yeah!
No way.
All right, you got good oil pressure, got good temp, EGT's working, cylinder head is working, we got voltage, we got our fuel here. Everything is working, all these gauges, all the sensors. There's the RPM. Manifold pressure doesn't look to be working, so we're gonna check that out. All right, we'll give it a mag check. All right, the right mag's working. Left mag is not working. All right, so right now, the Bendix mag is not working at all, but the electric mag is actually the one that's running it. Yeah, everything looks like really, really good. I'm really torn. I think we could get this thing flying in like a week or two, but I think also somebody else could have it. I don't know what to do. This thing runs so freaking good. Everything is just in such good shape. It's not going to take much money to get this flying. A little bit of time, a little bit of sweat equity. This thing's going to be flying again, and these things go for a lot of money. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure you enter our raffle, get a ticket, support the Rescue Foundations, help us here at Rebuild Rescue. We got to get our 401 done. We got to take that thing on missions. Get a ticket right now, right here. And guys, thank you so much for being here. Also, thank you all the sponsors, McFarland, Tempest, QAA, all of those guys, Hartzell. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. If you guys need any parts, look those guys up first. They're awesome people. They're aviation enthusiasts just like us. I'm out of here. I'm going to play with this some more. Take care.